Yo 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 what's up? Come on in and take a seat, y'all. Story time is coming soon, 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 soon. Just waiting for some people to get on, okay? I'm gonna be sharing something real special tonight. Wanted to say thank you first of all to everybody on here that you guys have been really encouraging me, and the numbers are growing, and the channel is doing way beyond anything I suspected it would do this quickly. But I'm thankful, grateful, blessed, and highly favored. Thank you, Lord. I thank each of you for all you do. I'm sitting here eating some little tin of cookies, and yeah, you're right. Intense 50K doesn't look like that far away now, does it? I initially had a goal to try to get to 100K by the end of 2024, and if things keep going the way they're going right now, we're going to hit that goal a lot sooner than I thought. But that's because of you guys. That's because of you guys out there. You guys have been absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. So, I want to thank you. Thank you guys. I want to share something real special, a real special story from me. I've shared with you guys a lot about the Navy, and want to share with you something that happened after the Navy. Hold on. Yeah, I told you guys before that I live near, well, we got a couple of highways, one in front of me, one to the back of our home. And so we got some major highways here, and then we also have a airport not too far from here, so planes are always going by, and a train that goes back here whenever it wants on its own schedule. I've been trying to find the schedule for it, but I cannot figure out the schedule for these trains that go around here, so I could try to record off schedule, but unfortunately I can't find. I don't even know what the train is. I don't even know what I'm looking for. So if anyone knows how to find that, please put it in the comments below, and I will appreciate that. All right. Let's do a little rub. Somebody been here since 2K subs. Woo! Yay. Well, thank you for your faithfulness here. You know what? Well, let me just say this. The Bears. Anytime I hear the Bears, I think of that. Some of y'all don't even know the reference, but if you know the reference, put it in the comments below. Let's see who's listening. All right, let's get to the story time. And then after story time, you guys can put the comment, any questions or anything like that in there. So, yes and no, yes sir. But you know the Bears. Yeah, I don't know who they should do, but I think Fields would work out good. So I'd be rocking with him. You gotta grow. You gotta grow into the position sometimes. He got what it takes. I think he'd be all right. Okay. Now, after I got out of the Navy, if you don't know any of my stories regarding the Navy, you can just search on here and put Navy in there, and you will Somebody asked about the Eagles. I'll talk about that a little bit too. You can search on there about the my Navy past, and you can hear a story about that. But I'm just gonna assume that you already know that. Prop doctor, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good. It's good to have a wrench in here just in case some people start acting up, you know. So you got the wrench, all right? Don't use it if you don't need to use it, but if you gotta use it, do what you gotta do. Yes, sir. All right. So let's get into the story. All right. I got out of the Navy, and when I left with a young lady that I met when she was actually older than me by about 7 years, and a Filipina that I met while I was here in the States. And relationship, just like every other relationship, always starts pretty good. Well, you know what? Let me back up a little bit, because I was really for the very first time trying to play the field. All right, I've never been like the play the field kind of guy, but for some reason at that time I thought I was going to try to do that. And so I wasn't trying to get in a relationship with her. I was instead just trying to hook up, I guess. But she kept hanging around. She kept bringing me stuff and food, and have a place to kind of hang out when I got off work. And finally I kind of looked at her like, maybe this could be something. Her and I. Let me give you a little bit about her past. She was just getting out of a divorce, and she had 3 kids already. And so we started, hooking up, getting a little more serious. And after I got out of the Navy, she came to Delaware with me. And so we came here to Delaware. She was pregnant, and we had my first child, my young man. And he, the one I think I shared with you guys already. Some of you all saw his picture also, and he was from the, he went into the Air Force, and so, nevertheless, I had him here in Delaware, and then after that, our relationship started getting really rocky, I mean, rocky. Christmas cookies, homemade. I didn't make them. Somebody else did and gave them to me. Anyway, had my son here, only son, here in Delaware, and our relationship became really rocky, and it became at some point that we just had to split up. We split up, we got back together, and we split up, we got back together. But one of the big problems was money. Money. I worked. She did not. So when I came home, for some reason, she had it in her head that I was always cheating. I don't know where she got that from, but she had it in her head I was always cheating. Well, come to find out, it was actually her. So her guilty conscience got the best of her. But I remember sometimes where I'd be 5 minutes late. 5 minutes late. Because of traffic or whatever, and I'd be accused. Where were you? What were you doing? Even to the point sometimes of, let me smell you. Yeah, really weird, isn't it? Some of you might relate. The relationship was very unhealthy. With ended up happening afterward was we broke up. And I remember one of the times that we broke up, oftentimes we would break up and get back together. And pretty much the reason I would get back together was because I didn't want to be away from my son. I would never thought that I would be able to get my son, custody of my son myself. So, in the world that I lived in, I never saw a man that was given custody of a son. And so, or his child, period. So I didn't even think it was a possibility. So I would stay in an unhealthy relationship in order to try to stay close to my son. But there came a time when I tried to kick her out. The apartment was in my name. Like I said, I worked. She didn't. And so I remember trying to kick her out of the apartment. I said, you gotta go. I think at that time my brother and I had an apartment. It was in our names. And I said, you gotta go. And she wouldn't. And we got in a big argument. And she walked out of the apartment. And I shut the door behind her. But she was trying to get back in. She was trying to open the door again. Putting her arm through the door. And I shoved her arm out the door so that I can close the door and put the deadbolt on. Well, that was not good for me. I remember sitting on the couch there, and all of a sudden I got she's Filipina. I got a knock on the door. Police. Where? I said, oh, goodness. All right, so I get up to the door and I start telling them what happened. I said, look, this is my apartment. My son, neither of us have custody, so that we both have joint custody. And y'all threw me off a little bit. He said, what race was she? No, she wasn't Hispanic. She was Filipina. All right. So I said, my son's in the back. And I'm kicking her out of my apartment. He said, did you hit her? I said, did I hit her? No, absolutely not. I said, she was trying to get her arm in the door. I pushed her arm out the door so I can close the door and lock it because I'm not allowing her in here any longer. He said, put your hands behind your back. I've never, ever been arrested in my life, but I was that night. And they took me into the jail and all that, and I remember the next day. I did spend a night, and then I got out the next day, but at the time I was getting out, there was also a little hearing, and there were some ladies that were there with my son's mother, and they were encouraging her to put out some sort of protection from abuse order. Now, listen here. Protection from what? What abuse? I've never laid hands on her. And yeah, okay, I did push her arm so I could close the door as she was trying to push into me. So, but nevertheless, we went ahead, and I know I'm getting questions on that. It's kind of I'll answer some of the questions later on, but let me just finish this train of thought because this little pea brain of mine isn't going to keep going to be able to keep up with everything. So nevertheless, so she had a group of ladies that were with her, and they were encouraging her to put out this PFA order for or against me, and she did. Now, this order meant I had to go and take some anger management classes, which was actually pretty good for me because I'll share with that in a moment. She was a person that knew how to pull my strings like no one else could. And she used it to her advantage so many times. We would break up. We would get back together. Even after this protection from abuse order, we got back together. Once again, it wasn't necessary because I loved her. I mean, I did love her in a weird, sensible way. I loved her. But that wasn't what drove me back. It was always my son. See, I grew up and my father and my mother divorced when I was around 10 years old, and I know the pain of divorce. It hurts. It sucks. I remember the changes of, of having to choose whether to live with mom or dad, and who's able to make that type of choice. And so it was a very challenging thing. Nevertheless, I think I just lost a little bit of my train of thought right there. Right? All right. Anyway, so they put the protection from abuse order, and even though we got back together, we leave and break up, got back together, break up, got back together. Now we're back together again. Okay. And so that was what I was saying. That was my motivation for staying. Was always I never wanted my son to have to experience that pain of divorce, or a separation that I had to experience. And so I stayed in an unhealthy relationship to try to maintain my relationship with my son. But it was getting too bad. There was one night in particular that I remember that I had just gotten paid, and I got back to the house. We had gotten in some sort of argument, and all of a sudden, she said, well, I'm going to go back to Virginia. That was her. Sometimes when we would break up, she would move back to Virginia. All right, so mind you, when we would break up, that is a hurt piece. Not only you're breaking up, but you're moving to a whole nother state. Okay. So, but this time, I was fed up. I was done. Like I just couldn't anymore. And she said she wanted to leave, and I said, you know what? I just got paid. Here's the money. Go. Knowing that go meant I wouldn't be with my son. So, man, I don't know. I'm getting a little emotional on this one. So, I gave her the money, and then next thing you know, she said, I'm not going nowhere. I said, well, give me my money back. Well, she didn't want to do that either. So I put $300 in her hands, and at that time, $300 was a whole lot of money for me. A whole lot of money. So I see where she put it in her pocket. And I put my hand and grabbed and snatched that out. Now, let me say something to you. One of the things that was happening a lot of times when we were still back together was, remember, she now has this PFA order. This PFA order, this protection from abuse order, means, first of all, I'm not even supposed to be anywhere near her. I don't remember what the distance is. I wasn't supposed to be there. But we were back together again. But because we were back together again, she always had this to hang over my head. Hang over my head. I see, are you and Cedric related? No, but we might as well be. I'll share a little bit more about that later. So she has this protection of abuse order that she's holding over my head so often. that night, when I grabbed my money back, first thing she does is call 911. Listen, when she called 911, I ran. I wasn't trying to get arrested again. I didn't want to be caught there. Because if they caught me there, I was in violation of the PFA. Okay? Once again, I'm going to call it the bogus PFA. Bogus PFA. The bogus PFA. Right? Just in case someone that comes in later on thinks it was a valid thing. It really was not a valid thing. But she had it on me and she was holding it over my head. Right? Ed, what's up, yo. All right, so fast forward a little bit now. One of the times when we broke up, I actually went ahead and went to the courthouse myself and filled out some paperwork for custody of my son. We had gotten back together probably 2 or 3 times before I had ever heard anything from the courts. So I totally forgot that I even did it. Right? So just hang on to that for a moment. We're going to come back to that. So what I ended up doing, well, what she ended up doing rather, was leaving after, the cops and all that kind of stuff, and she went back to Virginia. And when she was in Virginia, and now everything is separated. We're done. We're both gone our separate ways. Her and my son are in Virginia, and I'm here miserable without my son. And I'm just trying to make the best of life that I could. I didn't really have much communication with her or them because I didn't even know where they were. She just left. So next thing you know, I did find her. I called around and found some friends that of hers and found out where she was. And oh great, I was running water right now. I told him I was recording. All right. Anyway, y'all just bear with me. I have a house full of women and they don't respect me. I don't know, maybe some of you guys understand that, right? So anyway, I'm just trying to make the best of my life, and then all of a sudden I get this thing in the mail. I get this wonderful thing in the mail. And it's saying, you have a court date. I open the mail, and to my surprise, I am going to be ready for court. I'm going to go fight for my son and fight for custody of my son. And so I did everything that they told me I had to do. I had to put a notice, because I didn't know exactly her address. I had to put a notice in a newspaper. I had to pay some sort of fee. Whatever they told me I had to do. I can't remember all the specifics, but I did it. I did get a message to her. I'm not going to use her name. I did get a message to her to saying we're going to have a court date, and her and my son came up, because if she didn't show up for the court date, I would have automatically been awarded custody of my son. So she came up from Virginia. Listen to this. It was like autumn, like a little chilly and stuff like that, and she comes up with barely any clothes and doesn't even have them like warm or anything. So, but nevertheless, we get into the courthouse. We're there, and the judge, we go into the courtroom, and all of a sudden, the judge starts looking at his paper and looking at me, and then he asks a question, goes, I see on here there was a PFA order against you. I said, yes, sir. I don't think he even let me explain anything. I just said, yes, sir. And he said, well, have you finished the requirements for this PFA? I think and that was specifically the classes, the anger management classes. And so I said, well, I'm almost done. I think I have 2 more classes left. And then he says, well, I'm not going to be able to hear your case till you finish that. Now I'm pretty upset now. Like, what are you talking about? I've been preparing for this. I got an apartment to make sure that it had space for my son. We were 1 block away from the corner. There was a daycare right there, so I already talked to them. I already had daycare set up. I already had everything set up for him to come and live with me, right? So in my mind, and here's the other thing, that drove me. That whole situation drove me to the Lord and drove me to grow, get more connected with God. And so I'm walking in faith right now. I'm walking in faith right now in this courtroom, going, Lord, you're going to make a way. I know you're going to make a way. I know you're going to make a way, Lord. And I was devastated when he said those words. He was like, I can't hear your case. He said, unless there was some extraordinary circumstance that would make me have to listen to this case. I felt like the world stopped. I was like, I wasn't prepared for this. Right on the spot. And then almost like a light bulb just came on. My son doesn't have all his shots. He doesn't have all his shots. Every time we break up, she's moving to Virginia. And she's moving in with friends. And they're moving from place to place to place to place. I said, he is not up to date on his immunization shots. The judge paused for a moment. And then he said, I'll hear your case. He said, I will hear your case. What's up, everybody? I see everybody saying what's up and all that. And I apologize, I can't get to everybody, but I got to try to stay on this story. Because I already know how my mind is. If I start looking at those and try to answer those at the same time, I'm going to miss the story. And y'all came for the story, okay? And we'll chat a little bit after the story. So he said, I will hear your case. And so I started sharing with him, what's been going on, the fact that they weren't settled, that she was moving from place to place, and my son doesn't have any type of stability. I told him what I have set up for him, that I've got my own apartment, I've got a good job, I've got daycare set up, I've got everything in line, I've got a support system, I had everything there. And all of a sudden, the judge, he awards me custody of my son that day. I walked out of there with my boy. And it was probably one of the greatest moments of my life. It's probably one of the greatest works that God has done in my life. And it was a wonderful moment to recognize that the judge was able to see through all the mess, all the lies, all the things that were there. And here's the sad thing of it all. His mother never sent him one Christmas gift. Never sent a birthday gift. Son now is in his late 20s. He's never seen her. He doesn't know her. I mean, he knows of her if he can get in contact with her if he wants. But, yeah, it is depressing. It's sad. It's sad that there are people that actually exist out there that, think and act that way. But the good thing about it is I met a wonderful woman, my wife, who is his mother. She's his mother. She's the only mother he's ever known. I mean, he knows of his mother, but You know, I mean, I've never held her back from him or him back from her. So that choice is completely hers, not mine, not something we did that said, no, you couldn't, no. Didn't even make the attempt, really. And early on, when she would call, she wasn't calling for him, she was calling for me to see if somehow we could get back together. You know, it's a real sad situation, but nevertheless, my son is grown up to be a fine young man. He's got a bachelor's degree in business. He's, served this country 4 years in the Air Force. He is working computer security now. I mean, his life is good. It's good. And it's a shame that his mother couldn't participate and be a part of it, but his biological, that is, couldn't be a part of it. But unfortunately, that's just the way things go sometimes. But glory to God that we seen him through. Healthy, young man, doing well, doing good. So that's my story. Any questions on that? Let me look now. Yeah, Gavin says, you now had a new wife in custody of your son. Yeah, I mean, you can't beat that, right? All is good. All is good. And my wife and I now been married here 23 years. 23 years, something like that. And yeah, about 23 years. So praise God for that. All right, what questions y'all got? Let me see. There were some other questions for some other things. If you have any questions about the story I just told you, you can put those in the comments below. All right, somebody asked about me, Cedric and I. Cedric and I go to church together and have gone to church together. Sorry about that, guys. Hope that didn't sound too. Cedric, I've known Cedric from since he was in high school, and he's an actor, and he got me into acting. He's the one that really got me into acting altogether, also. So, yeah. Well, all of my daughters. Well, okay. Let me say this about my wife and I. My wife and I both came into the marriage with a child. So, our oldest daughter is actually her biological, and then we had. So I have. She's the oldest, and then my son, and then we had two girls, together. My wife and I. And then we also adopted our niece also and raised our niece. So we raised 5. We have really 1 in the household, but really 2 in the household. One of them is over 18, so you know how that goes. We're trying to get her into the Air Force, or she's trying to get into the Air Force, and she went to MEPS a couple weeks ago, and her recruiter really kind of sucks. He didn't follow up and do some stuff he was supposed to do. So now we got to go back and do rework and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, I don't want to talk about that. I'm gonna get angry. All right. Will I box ephemeral rift? Is that a real question? All right. If you want to box, I don't know. Does he want to meet his mom? You know what? Every time I've asked him, he doesn't. And I've actually tried to encourage him, or not really encourage him, but just inquire. Do you want to talk to your mom? He's like, no. To him, she's a stranger to him, and I get it. I mean, he sees her pictures. He knows that she has a Facebook online type of thing, and she has other kids too, and he's actually connected with them, but not with her. So his half brother and sister, he has connected with them. Okay. What is my favorite movie? My favorite movie. I don't know if I have a favorite movie, but I have a favorite style of movie, and you guys might know already. I don't know. I always grew up watching gangster movies. Probably Goodfellas. I'll say Goodfellas. Goodfellas is probably my favorite movie. I grew up watching gangster movies, Scarface, and Once Upon a Time in America, and Goodfellas and Bugsy, and I mean just anything. I don't know why. I'm not a violent person or anything like that, but for some reason, um, mafia really fascinated me as a child, and so that's where the Old Spice and New Spice kind of thing twist came in. He's like kind of a mob boss or something like that, but really, it's a fun twist with the fragrance. He's a fragrance king, so it's just something that a little fun I had, and something that just really came. Most of my role plays I just do off the cuff, so, and then if it works, I just continue to build on it, and that one worked, so I just kept building on it and building on it, and so yeah. Does yours? No, my son does not have any kids. I've been waiting. And it's a weird thing too. My son's obviously half Filipino, and here in this little town, this little area where we at, somehow he found himself a Filipino wife. And so they are like the cutest couple in the world, and we are so waiting for them. We're so waiting for them to have some kids, and but they have not been participating. They have not been. They haven't given us any yet. So, yeah, but they keep saying, "Oh, soon, soon, soon." We're just trying to get things in order, get our life in order, get a house. Da 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 da. I'm like, well, I ain't have none of that in order when I had you. And things worked out okay, didn't it? So, but anyway, these kids these days got a whole new way of doing things. Matter of fact, they even got married twice, two marriages, two weddings. So, all right. Somebody asked me about the Eagles game. So somebody just asked me about something else about football. Yeah, I was pretty upset about the Eagles' loss, and I think we need to make some major changes. I don't know what. Well, I do know, but I don't think they're gonna do it. So hopefully we just rebound. We get a little momentum going. I mean, we definitely still got a good team, at least on paper. These are players that we have, and took us to a Super Bowl last year rather. And unfortunately, these last couple of weeks have been pretty tough for us. But I think we'll be able to bounce back, and we'll just see. We'll see what happens. Do I have contact with my son? Oh yeah, all the time. I think one star asked, how's it going? It is going good. Good. And I thank you guys. Sometimes you guys were asking how it's going, and many of you know that at some point I went into this little pit of depression, and but luckily we're able to bounce back out of that. Was going through a real tough time. A lot of things going on in my head about direction, where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do, and I think it was just started overwhelming me a little bit because I didn't have clarity, and so it kind of just drove me. When you don't have clarity, and I'm a thinker, and sometimes as a thinker you can get into your head a lot. And that's why we need things like this to help bring it down. So, sounds like something. Oh, airplane's coming or something like that. All right, let's see. Let's see what else we got. How does your family feel about your ASMR? They think I'm crazy. they already knew that anyway. So, so yeah, pretty much. Well, they thought I was crazy until now they see 35,000 subscribers. So, yeah. Now they think I'm a genius. Oh, yeah. Week is going well. No, thank you. The odds of the Las Vegas Raiders making the playoffs, truthfully, I'm sorry. I haven't really been following that too much, so I don't know anything to tell you. Cowboys, you're Cowboys. Now, look. Of course, the Cowboys are our nemesis, and but they play pretty good. And they've been playing pretty good. So I gotta give it to y'all. But I want y'all again. I want the road to the Super Bowl to go right through Cowboys and right through San Francisco. And I'm not saying we're just gonna walk right through you. I'm saying that's the road I want. That's the road I want. Redemption. And hey, if they don't win, they don't win. But I don't want to try to skirt it. If we gonna win this, let's win it. Ham is on. Yo, okay, now the party is really beginning. Now, if you all have not subscribed to Ham ASMR, he has got the most energetic ASMR out here on the web. I mean, the energy that he brings, I mean, it's just infectious. So y'all gotta really go check him out. Ham ASMR, check him out. And we were just talking about I had a little story time about me getting custody of my son and God working in a mighty way to be able to do this. I mean, he worked it mightily that I was able to get custody of my son. And I think at the time my son was about almost 3 years old. So from 3 to here, to 20, what is he now? Before, he's in his late 20s. I'll just say that. I got to do the math. He's going to get me if he hears this. But, yeah. Let's see. Someone said that, do I do any collabs? I've done some collabs already with Cedric. I've been on some collabs on some other channels with some other people that asked me to send in some videos, and they kind of grouped it all in. So that's a collab. I know Outdoorsman ASMR. I was on a collab with him. I was also on a collab with ASMR Jade. So and go check them out too. Outdoorsman ASMR and ASMR Jade, Jade. And so, but I know I've been trying to talk with Ham about figuring out something we gonna do. So we gonna do something at some point. Ham, right? All right. Let's see what other questions we got out here. Elliot Cat, it seemed like you've been on here for it's only been 7 months. It seemed like you was here from the beginning. But you've been active, so that's why. Do I interact with some people from the Navy? Yeah, I got good friends still. I think, matter of fact, there was a picture that I put up there of myself and 2 other guys that were right next to me from our yearbook. Well, really they call it a cruise book. So from our cruise book, the 2 guys to my left and right, I'm still in contact with both of them. One of them, he wrote a song that I actually sung to my wife at her wedding. When she was walking down the aisle, I actually sung her down the aisle. And it was a song that he wrote. And then, well, we kind of co-wrote it because he wrote the first part. And then I modified the second part to match my wedding. And so the first verse was his and the second verse was mine. Mm-hmm. can I ask if YouTube compensates well for your videos? What do you define as well? Do I get compensated? Yes. Yes, I get compensated. But I don't know. I don't know what wellness. Let's see, how long did you have those ads running? I saw the watch Roleplay roughly a year ago, and I've been watching ever since. Well, I mean, I've been monetized probably about 3 months after I started ASMR, and well, let me tell you how I started ASMR. If you guys want to know, my brother, pretty much, I was just looking for something on YouTube to do. I have run some YouTube channels before in the past, and I had some success, but it wasn't sustainable because I was doing things, that wasn't allow it to be sustainable. And so I was trying to find a niche that I could kind of just be in and stay in and grow in, and it's hard. I think sometimes it's hard when you're trying to find the right fit. It's almost like the Cinderella's shoe and trying to find the right foot to fit into that shoe. And so it was tough. And my brother was like, "Yo, you should do ASMR. It's pretty easy and it's big and it's growing and it's popping and blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "ASM what? ASM what?" And he goes, "Oh." And so I started looking into it, and I go, "Well, that looks pretty simple." And so I just started doing it. I was doing the basic, what everyone else is doing, and rubbing things and putting things on that, and all that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, one day, I'm scrolling through and I see Matty Tingles. What's he doing? He was doing some sort of I think it was maybe a sneaker role play or something like that. That was the first time I knew role play had anything at all to do with ASMR. And so I'm on there like, and mind you, I've already been acting. I've been in local theater. I've been, an extra in a pretty big movie. I've done some commercials for the hospital, for some grocery stores, for Food Lion. No, not Food Lion. ShopRite. So I've been doing a lot of different things in camera, and also had some YouTube. I tried podcasting, bunch of stuff. Right. The movie was Creed 2. You'll see me if you look in the first few minutes. You'll see me in the audience, going like that in the audience. So check it out. You'll get a bonus if you see it and put the picture in there. You'll see me. You're going to see me a few times. Matter of fact, in the first few minutes of the movie. But nevertheless, man, I lost my train of thought that quickly. Where was I? The grocery commercial. Well, it wasn't really a commercial for the grocery store. It was, no. There's two different commercials. The grocery store commercial was for La Toltenica Quesen. It was a Mexican grocery store, and I did it all in Spanish. So I don't know if many of you know, but I speak Spanish also. I'm half Dominican, half puertorriqueño. Hablo español también. So si habla español, háblame un poquito. Okay. All right. Yeah, go check it out. So, what other questions you got? What other questions? Did I? There was a train out. I mean, I was talking about something and I just got distracted. That's why I have to stop looking at this and just finish my statement and then look away. All right. What movie were you in? What's my favorite cologne? It's weird. I'm not. Oh, I know now what I was doing. Okay. I was talking about Maddie Tingles and seeing his ASMR roleplay, and then my acting, and how my acting, when I saw that, I was like, hold on, I can do that. And I can have fun doing that. And that's what I'm doing. I am having a blast making roleplays, and I'll tell you why. I feel like a kid again. I can create my own environment, and let me tell you something. It actually backdates to when I was a child. When we were kids, my brothers and I would wait. At night we didn't have a TV in our room or anything like that, and so when Mom said it's time to go to bed, little kids, you're not. There's three of us, two of us on the bunk bed. Well, really, three of us on the bunk bed, and we ain't got nothing to do, and the lights are off. There's no TV, and this is before cell phones and all that kind of stuff. And you know what we did? I told stories. I would make up a story, and lots of times I would make up stories like the Transformers. And I remember doing many Transformer stories, and just making them up on the fly. That was conditioning me. That was preparing me for today. You never know what's happening in the past that's setting you up and preparing you for something right now in the future and beyond. So, when I saw the role plays things, I'm like, yo, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. And not only can I do it, here's the key, I can have fun doing it. If you're not having fun doing it, then you're not doing it right. Hold on, I'm going to turn this fan off. That is making too much noise. Hold on one second. I'm back. All right. Ever done Dungeons and Dragons? It sounds like you might enjoy. I probably would enjoy Dungeons and Dragons, and I was always fascinated by it because I used to see friends that would play it and rolling the dice and these books, and I know the basics of it and all that kind of stuff, but I never really got into it. Many friends of mine did, but I didn't. All right. What my favorite cologne? I don't have a favorite cologne. I just put on whatever's here, whatever my wife bought me, whatever someone gifted me. Not really big into that. What's up, sports talk? Let's see. Health and diet. Yeah, this channel was about health and diet, or originally that's what I was gonna do. And also, this channel's actually been a few things, but now it's Peppered ASMR, and it's here to stay. I think I had a happy, healthy, healing was originally, and I wanted to show things like that, and really I got into that because it was a good paying CPM, and I was just in it for the money, trying to make money. I didn't really make that much money on that channel though, but that's what I was trying to do. But here's the key: if you're not having fun, you're not gonna stay with it for long. And that's what I found. I kept trying to find different things. Now, not only did I found something that just feels like it's gonna grow with me, and it's gonna successful and all that kind of stuff. But the only reason it is because it's fun, and you guys can feel that, and and for me to make videos isn't a chore. It's fun, and so that's a lot more sustainable than what I was doing in the past. All right. Throw me some more questions. All right. I got a few more minutes before I get off. But if you got some real good questions, not only about what we talked about tonight, but anything at all, let me know right now, and I'll try to answer it as best as I can. Yeah. Oh yeah, the dad's old fragrances one. Yeah. You know what? I gotta that, and a lot of that is true. What I was saying in it. Like my dad was cheap. He loved cheap cologne, and that cheap cologne was his favorite cologne. And so he brewed Old Spice. Those are his type of things. Who's my favorite ASMR artist? That's a good one. That's a good one. And that's a hard one because I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I don't listen to ASMR usually for myself. Like I do get tingles on certain things, and there have actually been surprises. I never, I've only gotten them because I've been around ASMR now. I would have never thought, I could get that, and I never even understood ASMR until I ever got into it. But I'll tell you what, some of my favorite ASMR artists. Well, you already know Ham Ham, and Ham Ham is one of my favorite ASMR artists. I love his energy. It's just infectious. I mean, it really is infectious. His smile, his energy is like really, it's really cool. So he's definitely one of them. I also like Moonlight Cottage. I like the attention to detail. Also made in France, the same attention to detail, cinematic, what is it? Cinematic, I know I'm not saying it right. Cinematography, whatever. Their stuff looks real tight. The backgrounds, the attention to details, the close-ups on this little zipper and this and that. And oh my goodness, those are Atlas ASMR too. So you kind of see the type of ASMR artist that cinematography. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I was searching for that thing, high and low, and couldn't find it. Couldn't find it. But yeah, Made in France, Moonlight Cottage, Atlas ASMR, those types of that attention to detail, good immersive ASMR. Tinglesmith, he's also in that category, and kind of gets you in there. Those are the types I like. You've got more watching than.
I mean, I don't know the whole process, but I don't know. It just felt like she was being more like particular, and she was saying something about my nail bed. She was saying other stuff, but like I feel like that's why she was rushed. She was taking. She did more treatment. Yeah. Now, how's her setup? That's cute. Like nail salon. Like she had the whole like nail.
Savior Jesus Christ, I am more.
Like you know, I have like color. On there. Oh, that's cute.
Is it stream broken? I see what happened. Oh, can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Okay, hold on. Let me make sure this does not happen again. Hold on. Turn off Bluetooth. Yes. Okay. Can y'all hear me now? Good. Oh man, I think it was the devil trying to stop me because you asked me what I was thankful for. And my first answer was my relationship with my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I don't think the devil wanted you to hear that. I don't think he wanted you to hear that. That's why all that did. All right. All right. So it went to the AirPod somehow, or connected to, I think, my daughter or my wife's AirPod or something like that. So sorry about that. So I'm thankful for that, of course. I'm thankful for my family, my wife, my kids. I mean, there's so much I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for you. Thankful for you, and the, wow, man, the 35,000 who have said, okay, I like that. There's something I like about this dude, and I want to check it out. So I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful for the future, what the future is going to bring, because I'm just heating up. All right, I'm heating up and look at this. When I get bored, you know what I do? I make a video. All right, you're like, well, you make so much videos. Well, you guys are an outlet for me. You don't realize it. You're an outlet for me. So thank you for being an outlet for me. All right. Your role plays are something special. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Role plays are the best. Love watching them. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 350,000 soon. Come on, bring it. I'm ready. I don't know. I might have to leave. might have to leave this area. People start knocking at my door. Well, if God wants me to be one of the best ASMRtists, I will be. If not, then I won't be. But I'm going to be happy either way. I'm thankful either way. And I'm thankful for where I am right now. And we're just going to keep doing our very best to continue to give you some things to laugh about, to relax, to, be able to fall asleep to, and be able to, just relax and let your hair down. My thoughts on the 76ers, they're, look, we did a great job getting rid of James Harden. All that we got back with him it was more than I even thought we could. And the team now looks, it's amazing that even the role players we got back fit into the system so well. And now we've got some draft capital. We've got some pieces to be able to move and make moves. And, we're going to be good. And Embiid is playing his butt off. Maxi, he's a future star. And so, man, yeah, we definitely, yeah. Yeah, you didn't have to, what you called him, no problem, Straz, NY, EDP, yeah. I don't know why people joked about that, but, anyway. Yeah, because that is not funny. Not something funny, and just because I'm an Eagles fan, no, my name associated with none of that stuff, all right? None of that stuff, don't associate with none of that. All right. What else? Would love to see perhaps a return of the bedtime stories for adults. Oh yeah, that is definitely in the how do I put that in my rotation. That will continually be in my rotation. People really like that and enjoy that. So yeah. Been playing a lot of Nintendo. Love me some old Mario and Ice Climbers. Oh really? Hold on 1 second. So, you like any of these? Oh, Mario Kart. Yeah, okay, you might like some of those. Huge fan of the fragrance and the watch. Favorite series. Street Hawk. Yeah, you know what? I haven't done Street Hawker in a little while. Gotta get Street Hawker back out there. And what are some other ones? Well, of course, Kingpin. I haven't done a Kingpin. Well, Kingpin I have done in a little while. You know what? I am planning on doing a collab with Cedric. We are going to do a collab where we do one part on my channel and the second part on his channel. So you just get ready for that. We are definitely going to be doing a real fun collab coming up real soon. Okay. Cigar salesman or liquor salesman are combined into one. You know, I mean, sorry. Every now and then I'll put a fake cigar or something like that, and make a fake drink or something like that. But I'm not really into doing. I don't think I'll do a full video, truthfully, on cigar or liquor, nothing like that. Just because that's just not me. I mean, I'll add it every now and then to the character. Like, you know, Kingpin, he likes to smoke a cigar, but you'll never see it lit. It's just for the aesthetics, you know, and all that. But, you know, but I don't think I'm going to really do a full cigar one because this isn't, once again, it's just not me. Yeah, I do community theater. Maybe like a community. Oh, I ought to do a video about that, community theater director or something. Yeah, I could do something like that. Matter of fact, next time I get behind at the theater, maybe I'll do it live from there. Maybe I'll do it live from the theater for you guys next time. And that'll be like next week or this week. All right, I think I'm gonna take about 5 more minutes, take a couple more questions, and it's about 10 o'clock here my time, so I'll take a couple more questions, and then it's time. Oh, advice for final exams coming up. Study. And study some more. And study some more. And then also, usually your teachers will give you what's going to be on the test. And if they haven't given you exactly what's going to be on the test, ask them what is going to be on the test, what you should study, and study what they tell you to study. What's up to me? Can you say what's up to me? What's up to me? What's up to me? I said it. Paul Blasco. You just finished your final exams. Hooray. Oh, no. Okay. No, it didn't. I thought it was connecting again, but it's not. All right. Well, I am going to get off. You guys, once again, thank you for joining with me on today. I hope that, that you enjoyed this time together. Thank you once again. Oh, yeah, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Drop where you're from. Drop where you're from. Come on, let's get a sound off where everybody's from. All right, you already know I'm from Delaware. Delaware. Where y'all from? What's all this poop for? Blasco, what's going on here? Oh, man, I'm going to have to time you out, bro. What is up with this dude? What's all this poop for? Don't poop on my channel, bro. Don't poop on my channel, bro. VA's in the house. Virginia's in the house. New Jersey's in the house. Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Cali. Yeah, I don't know what Paul's doing. Italy, Italia. Wow, that's my favorite country, bro. When I was in the Navy, Italy was my favorite place to go. Favorite country to visit, and I'd love to go back and visit again. So hopefully I'll be going back soon. England, UK is in the house. Delaware, Ohio. Huh, okay. Canada. Someone's new to the channel. Okay. Oh, and many of you probably just figured out I do a little singing too. Right? So I love to sing. I've been singing in choirs. I sing on stage. I love to sing. So maybe I'll sing something for you one day. It won't be tonight though. My wife will try. She'll get on me right now if I start singing right now. What's all with this poop, man? What's up? What is this? Why people keep saying poop on my channel? What does that mean? You saying I'm poop? You saying you poop? You saying you smell like poop? What's going on here? All right, I'm gonna get out of here, guys, because this is starting to go south right now, and I don't got no time for all that stuff. Right? I want to stay positive. I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for all you do, and I look forward to the next time. I'll try to do a little bit more of these, so that we can talk a little bit more in the future. Right? Thank you so much. Be blessed, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.